Robin Glenney with Riverside Public Utilities is Utilities Water System Operations Manager. She works in the Public Utilities Water Division. Been with the organization almost 7 years now. A fun fact, prior to her career in water, she worked at SeaWorld. Please help me welcome Robin Glenney. And you gotta hold the mic too.
Okay. Good morning. They saved me for just before lunch, so hopefully you guys aren't falling asleep. So we will go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Robin Glenney. I'm the Water Systems Operations Manager for Riverside Public Utilities. We're going to tell you how Pi can help make life easier.
Can you guys hear? Can you volume on the mic?
Test? Better. Okay. Sorry about that. So again, Robin Glenney, Water System Operations Manager for Riverside Public Utilities. I'm going to let you know how we utilize Pi to make life easier in water operations. So we'll do a quick overview of RPU, how we utilize Pi to simplify processes, the return on investment that we see by utilizing Pi, and then Q&A if you guys have any questions at the end. So a bit about Riverside Public Utilities. We are about 60 miles east of Los Angeles in the Inland Empire. We're established in 1895 and a consumer-owned water and electric utility with an 81 square mile service territory. So you can see that's our service territory. The water service area and the city boundaries do differ, so we get a lot of questions about that. So there is Eastern Municipal Water District and Western Municipal Water District, also serving portions of the city. Oh. Sorry about that. So a little bit more about RPU. We have 46 potable wells, 6 non-potable wells, 16 reservoirs with 108 million gallons of storage, over 1,000 miles of pipeline, over 68,000 service connections, 6 treatment plants with 42 ion exchange vessels, 53 GAC vessels, and one of our plants is a membrane treatment facility with 5 treatment trains. We pull water from 4 different groundwater basins. One of them is adjudicated, so it's very important we look at where we're pulling our water from. We have 3 main transmission lines. The orange one is the gauge line. The maroonish one in the middle is our Waterman line, and the orange one is our North Orange line. All of those transmission lines blend at a 32 million gallon reservoir complex before entering the distribution system. So our blend is very important to us. We also operate 2 non-potable canal systems for irrigation water and a recycle water system. So we have a lot of data that we have to collect. We have 3 samplers. They take over 40,000 samples a year at all of our various locations. So this is how we have utilized Pi to simplify processes in water operations. Prior to getting Pi, a lot of our processes were manual and took a lot of time. So the first dashboard we have here in Pi Vision is our water operations dashboard. We used to have a person do this every morning based on yesterday's data to download data from SCADA, analyze the data, format it, put it in graphs, and send out an email to our executive team, and it took this person 4 hours every day to do. Now with Pi Vision, it's accessible. Everybody within the utility can see it. They can answer all the questions they normally have with what's our system demand, how much did we produce yesterday, which transmission main are we producing from, which groundwater basin are we producing from, how we hit our targets to sell, because we are also a wholesale agency. Finance loves that one. How much water is in storage. And so this is our blend dashboard, and it's available to all staff in real time. Another dashboard that I use very frequently is our blend summary dashboard. So we have over 500 calculations that run in real time. This is connected to WaterTrax, which is our water quality management software, which is uploaded every night at midnight. And then it is also connected to SCADA. It gets an update every 2 minutes from our SCADA system. So you can see the gauge line is on the far side. The Waterman line is in the middle, and then our north orange line is on the other side. All of that water blends at that 32 million gallon reservoir complex, and it's super important to make sure we meet all of the water quality parameters. As you know, there's so many different regulations coming out with PFAS and 123 TCP and perchlorate and nitrate and all of the others we've already had with PSPS events and just normal vandalism by community residents is what our city likes to call the majority of our vandalizers. And with just natural power outages besides the PSPS events, this dashboard is very important to make sure that what we have on is meeting those blend targets and those water quality targets. And if something goes wrong, this dashboard in the back end will send me a text message. So if a chlorination station goes down, if a well is offline, if something's triggered by a PSPS event, I get a text message and an email right away. I can call my operators and say, hey, go turn this one on because this one just went down. And it's very helpful for us to make those real-time judgment calls when we're trying to make sure that we're staying in compliance until we get our treatment plants built. So, and yeah, again, the text message alerts are very helpful. We do get alarms via SCADA, but not at this level. This is our well flow rate dashboard, also another very useful tool. You can see what wells are on, what wells are off, what transmission lanes are flowing, who we're delivering to, where we're delivering the water. It allows staff to see what's active, what the flow trends are, if there's any issues. You can click on each individual box and trend the data over time. This is very helpful for our water resources staff. It's helpful for our engineers as well as operations. And we have a mobile version of this too. I just didn't include a screenshot for our samplers. Again, we have 3 samplers that collect all of those samples throughout the year. And because we're located within the city, but most of our wells are in San Bernardino, it's important for them to be able to adjust on the fly when something goes off or something is taken out for maintenance, et cetera. They might have to go back and grab a different sample kit, and they can see this on their phone in real time if something's gone off. Or if we turn something on just a sample, we can notify the operators, hey, we're done sampling, you can go ahead and turn that off and check again to make sure that that's been done. So that mobile version is very helpful for that team. We've also integrated our work order management system, our asset management system, with GIS, and we host it on a PiVision dashboard. This tells you all of the service requests we have, open maintenance issues. It's color-coded by priority, and it's also on a map. So you can see the red ones are high priority, the yellow ones are our lowest priority. So we can send out our teams to the highest priority issue and also have them grab those work orders that are very close by, so that way we're more efficient with our time. We also use data link a lot, and I didn't include a lot of slides on this because it's just kind of an Excel page, but we have the CT calculations for each of our transmission mains, so there's 3 there, and 1 for our JW North membrane treatment facility, which treats Goody wells, groundwater under direct influence of surface water, to surface water treatment rule standards. So the 4 CT compliance worksheets, we use PyDataLink, and as you can see on the page to the far end, it's mainly our Pi tags as well as the date range and what we're looking for. So we just changed the date range once a month, and this report does itself for us. We've linked our Pi export into our CT calc worksheet, and it just does it ourselves. So it takes us about 2 seconds when we used to have to download data from SCADA, organize it, look for the lowest values, enter it, etc. It's really been a time savings for us. We've also automated a lot of data link reports for the monthly finance requests we get or the generic engineering request we get. You just save that data link report and update the date range. So we do use a lot of data link. It's just not as pretty to see up on the screen. So if you have questions about that, make sure to ask. So the return on investment has been huge for us. We save over $1 million a year. Again, we are water and electric, so that includes both groups. I'm just here representing water, but our electric team does utilize it a lot as well. But we've also improved operational efficiencies. We get different, staff can spend time on different tasks and different projects because they're not spending as much time downloading and crunching the data. We have reduced staff time to automate the processes, Increased visibility into systems and assets. Again, this is available to everybody within the utility. So if you're looking at it from an operations standpoint, an engineering standpoint, an asset management standpoint, et cetera, it's useful for everybody. And then it ended a lot of those emails of, hey, what are we selling today? What are we doing today? It's just go look at the dashboard. It's available for you. And then reduced operating costs. So that is our return on investment. And then I am available for questions if anybody has any. Yes.
I am Giovanni Clark at Stanford Utilities as well, so I love hearing water people talk about keeping the water flowing. I wanted to ask about what's your rough number of Vision users, and how did you get engagement from them to actually open it up and start using it as a tool?
So RPU entered into an enterprise agreement, and they did a lot of training. So we had a ton of training internally, and we have a ton of, we call them super users, the people that are trained in Pi to be able to help others if they get stuck. And we have ongoing training, so for base level users that don't use it as much. So for example, in my group alone, I think there's about 10 of us that use Pi. On the electric side, there's more. On the engineering side, there's more. But again, just that investment into the employees, showing them that this is a tool that's going to help you. This is a training. You can do it yourself. You don't have to send us a ticket and wait for us to do it. You can make it look how you want to. And so I think just bringing us in and giving us that buy-in in the process. Yes.
Hi, Soreen from Camera District. I have a question. I understand that you did you use different forms before for the data in that. Did you use any other software before Pi as for data to come in?
So
the reason I'm saying that is because we work on a different software called WIMS to get this data.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that WIMS is pretty much the same as Pi.
So I've never used Hawk WIMS, or I think they're aquatic informatics WIMS now, but I have used their WaterTrax platform, which is kind of similar. From my understanding, WIMS is more of an online process instrument control data, whereas WaterTrax is more of your lab report uploads, your field parameters, et cetera. But those products would integrate into Pi and your SCADA system. So it brings everything together into one place. So for our WaterTrax is an API connection. We worked with the Pi team at the city. We have an internal team that works on all of the technology integration projects, and they set it up in a day, and it was very user friendly. What I think Hawk WIMS is more for, and again, I could be wrong because I don't use it, we have a lot of field instrumentation, our pH probes, our chlorine residual monitors, our turbidity meters, et cetera. And all of that data for us comes in through SCADA. Our reservoir levels comes in through SCADA, et cetera. And so that SCADA and the water quality combined is really what we utilize Pi for.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Total cost of your budget? How long does this take to?
I'm not sure on that, but if you email me, I can send it back to you. Our Pi team dealt with all the contract and budget piece of it, so I don't have those numbers off the top of my head. I apologize.
Under $1 million? More than that? Don't know.
I don't know, honestly. Sorry.
It just helps for our selling pitch to our leadership as well.
Yeah, and we can get, if you would like, we set up meetings with other agencies all the time to discuss how we implemented it and how it works. Just reach out and we can help you with that. Mm-hmm.
A general timeline?
So we are a large utility. Again, water is a lot smaller than electric at RPU. And so they integrated, our team went from water projects, electric projects, generation projects, and kind of circled back for our highest priorities until we got everything done. With the train-to-trainer, we had 2 consultants aboard, and then getting everybody up and running, I think in total was a 5-year agreement. But I think we were using it a lot before that. It just was the resources and the priorities of who wanted what first. Our blend dashboard was super important to us, so that was on the top. The map towards the end was just nice to have, so that was on our lower priorities. But I think that the get-go was about 5 years.
5 years, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a general question about Riverside. It looks like you had a lot of groundwater slides and different, so all your water comes from groundwater.
So we are 100% groundwater. We do have 5 Goody wells, We do have access to Met Water via Western Municipal Water District. They're an emergency interconnect for us, but we have not had to use that since 2008.
Yeah, that's where our water, we supply water for them, but I guess we don't need that water.
Not right now. Any other questions? Yes.
Buying looks good with both all the cicadas, it doesn't really matter if it's a Vivo or not.
No, we made sure to put that in our RFP to make sure that it was compatible, and from my understanding, no, there's no issue. Thank you.